welcome back to Adult Fitness. You might have remembered me from my warm-up video, and today we're going to be doing stretch and balance. So if you haven't done a warm-up yet, I encourage you to go find one on our YouTube channel. And if not, we'll be doing a little bit of warming up here, but figure out what works for you. So we're going to get started by doing some shuffling around our yoga mats, or just the ground at home. Shuffle, shuffle, step back, shuffle, shuffle, step forward. We want to make sure we're nice and warm for our stretching and balance today. Stretching with cold muscles is not the best idea and may produce injuries, so we want to make sure we are getting nice and warm today. You can turn it into a little dance, whatever you want. I'm going to do one more lap around our mat. And we are going to stop. Oh, don't lose your mat. We're going to stop. We're stretching into a side squat. So you're just going to lean to the side, making sure your knees are not above your toes. And we're going to stretch those adductors. We're going to do so for 5, 4, 3, 2, and do our first balance challenge. We're going to extend into shooting star. This may be as simple as hovering your right foot or going into full shooting star, reaching out and balancing high. Want to stay strong here, keeping our spines nice and long and core nice and tight. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land softly. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So right knee bends forward. Just stretch those adductors. I'm going to go to shooting star in 3, 2, 1. So reach. Remember, low modification. Your foot is just hovering on the ground. And for more of a challenge, you're going to lean. Channel your inner star. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back to 2 feet and start marching. Want to make sure we're keeping warm here. It's been a little colder this week, or it's the past 2 days. While doing so, you get those arms warmed up. Kind of like a bird. It's spring, birds are coming out, so channel your inner bird. And we're going to go into our next balance challenge in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This balance challenge, you're going to start by hovering your right foot in front of you. And for more progression, you want to get your knee to 90 degrees, like such. We're going to balance here. Use your hands for arms for support if you need to. And for added challenge, we're going to do spinal twist. So spine is nice and long, nice and tall, and you're going to twist. Remember, we're only stretching to the point of slight discomfort, so if this is too challenging, you're welcome to stay at any point in the progression. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time for the other side. Remember, you're going to start with the hover and work your way to the knee being at 90 degrees. And add a twist if you're comfortable with it. Remember to stay nice and tall. You don't want to have any back injuries here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly untwist and lower the knee. Now we're just going to take a nice deep breath and stretch towards the sky. And on your next inhale, you're going to stretch to your right. Being sure to keep the spine nice and long. Core still tight. And to the left. and back to center. Now we are going to practice our balance in Warrior 3. So you're going to get a nice strong base on your left foot. Knee is slightly bent, but we are still tall. And we are going to kick our right foot back. Doing this, we're going to try to lean forward, while also keeping our core tight and back should be flat. I'll show you from a side angle too. Lean forward. And feel free to lean as forward or as not as you want in the progression. Some people may be farther forward and some may be farther back. You'll be feeling your hamstring either way, and we want to make sure we are staying safe here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch. We're balancing on our right foot. So to find a nice strong balance. You're welcome to use your arms for support too. Sometimes it helps to form your arms in a T. We're going to lean forward. Feeling it in our hamstring. Knee is slightly bent. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, we're going to go down to the floor, since we've been looking at it, into seated. We're going to start off with boat pose. During boat, you want to make sure you're keeping your core nice and tight and back is flat. We're just going to lean back into a boat. Working on our ab core muscles right now. They're in their balance. And for an added balance challenge, you can grab a miscellaneous object, maybe a block, and we're going to do some balance work. So you're going to pick up the block or book or water bottle with your feet and move it to the other side of the mat and tap. This way we're engaging our transverse abdominal muscles. That will help us with balance in the long run. And we are going to do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Next, we are going to lie down on the ground. Give your abs a little break, and we're going to pedal out, windshield wiper out the knees. So bring them to one side and the other in a nice, controlled manner. Whatever feels good for you is what you should be doing. And from here, we're going to go into a glute stretch. So you're going to take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee and lean over to one side. And you can choose to keep your knee up or stack your legs for a stronger glute stretch. We're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly switch. Right foot down, left foot over. And you're welcome to stay here if you want and really focus on the glute stretch. I'm going to twist over. And hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come back to center and place both feet on the ground. Knees are about a 90-degree angle, and we're going to go into bridge pose. So for this, you want to make sure your back is nice and straight, chest is out, and you're going to flex your glutes into bridge pose. We want to make sure we're not hyperextending this pose. Your body should be relatively flat. You'll be feeling the stretch in your hip flexors. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to hang out on the ground from here and turn over into a quad stretch. We're going to grab our quad. You can use your bicep as a pillow. And you're welcome to put your hand close to your ankle for a more intense stretch, or if you want a more relaxed stretch, you could grab onto maybe some shoes have a little hook on them, or even the bottom of your pants or sock. And We're going to hold this for 5 more seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to work our stabilizers on our side bodies in a plank pose. So you can choose whichever variation you're comfortable with. You can do a plank on your knees, on your feet, or if you're feeling adventurous, you can hover a leg up top. We're going to make sure our core is nice and tight. You want to keep your shoulders stacked above your elbow to reduce risk of injury. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to switch to our other side. And begin with our quad stretch. We'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, it's time for our favorite planks. Try to do the same thing on both sides so we're building muscle evenly. So remember, you have the option of doing it on your knees, feet, or hovering your top foot. And we're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a little break and get some water if necessary. We're going to make our way into tabletop pose to do some bird dogs with the twist. And you can take a pause here for more water if you need it. So starting from tabletop, we're going to do bird dogs for our low modification. You just lift the back foot, making sure not to hit your couch. Or do full bird dogs, alternating arms and legs. So right arm is reaching and left arm is extending. Left leg is extending. Left arm is extending, right leg is extending. And we're going to do 5 of these on each side. For more of a challenge, you can add a hold on the top too. And really engage your core muscles. And last one. Now we are going to go into a challenge of lateral bird dogs. So instead of extending forward, you're going to extend your arm out laterally. And the same thing with your leg. It's going to go out to the side. If you've ever done the fire hydrant hip exercise, that is what it will be similar to. You're just lifting your leg. So we're going to do 5 of those. So right arm is reaching and left arm is reaching. You'll definitely feel it in a different way in your abs, and that's good because we're working on balancing with our core muscles. 4. And last one. You guys are doing great. From here, since we're doing bird dogs, we're going to kick in downward dog. To do so, you're going to make sure you have a strong base with your hands and lean back, kicking your hips up. And to increase the intensity, you can work on getting your hips higher and you'll feel it more in your hamstrings. And to lower the intensity, you can lean forward a little bit. So whatever feels comfortable will do you. Work on pedaling out those calves. If your calves are a little sore, you'll feel this. And take some deep breaths. From here, you're going to take our right foot, give it a little wave, and extend it forward into a lunge. We want to give our hip flexors a nice stretch, and you should feel this your knee is not above your toes. We want to still keep this a controlled stretch. I'm going to hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, we are going to heel toe our ankle to the other side of our mat and drop down into pigeon pose. For a lower intensity, your ankle will be closer to your glute, and for a higher intensity stretch, your ankle and leg will be parallel to the front of the mat. It's important to listen to your body here and be safe. We want slight discomfort, not pain with our stretch. We're going to relax here for a few seconds and take a deep breath. Make sure your back leg is fully extended. And really try to control your breathing. Give your ankle a little rotation. I'm going to wake up and get back into tabletop and downward dog. We're going to hold this again for a couple of seconds. Feel that stretch in your upper back, your hamstrings. Take a second to relax. And now we're going to go into lunge again with our left foot. So we're going to take a little wiggle and bring it into the front, into a lunge. We want to make sure our hips are also aligned during this, so we don't want our hips to be leaning one way or the other. We want them to be strong. And we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next we're going to go into pigeon, so you can drop your knee to the ground. Work your foot to the opposite side of the mat. And for a lower intensity, you can hang out up here, your chest is up, or you can go back down into a more relaxed pose. Next, you're going to start waking up your ankle, and we're going to work our way back into tabletop. Do it as slow as necessary. We want to make sure we're coming out of all these stretches in a controlled manner to avoid injury. And we're going to slip into child's pose. So for child's pose, you want to take any variation with your toes together, and you can do knees apart, knees together, whatever you feel comfortable with. You're welcome to play around with it and see what's more relaxing for you. And we're going to keep our arms extended and take a moment to relax. During this time, you're welcome to take a second to close your eyes and really focus on enjoying the moment and meditating. There's a lot of stuff in this world we can't control right now, and it's nice to be able to stretch and balance and do something you can control. So now we're going to start getting out of our pose, getting some movement into our bodies, and working our way into cobra. So you can lean forward and keep your elbows on the ground, or you're welcome to do full cobra with your palms on the ground and really get a full back stretch. It's whatever you feel comfortable with at this point in your practice. And from here, you're going to work your way into seated whenever you are ready. Roll to the side. And sit nice and tall. Chest is out. And we're going to do a quick back stretch. So you're gonna interlock your hands in back of you like such and really work on opening the chest. For a lower intensity, you're welcome to just place your hands on the ground instead. And we're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna shake it out a little bit, get a little dancing in, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. In front, so you're gonna interlock your hands, stretch forward. You'll feel this in your biceps. And also your shoulders. And we're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from here, we're gonna work our way into standing and shake it out a little bit. We've been on the ground for a while. You're welcome to grab a quick drink of water. Hydrating is very important. And next we will go into our lunge stretch. So to start, I'm gonna start with my left foot forward and lean into it, making sure my toe is not going past my knee is not going past my toe, and hips are facing forward. For a lower intensity stretch, you're welcome to lean a little farther back, standing up, or for a further intensity, you're welcome to sink down into it more, whatever feels comfortable for you. And from here, we're gonna stretch into a side angle. So we're gonna drop our back foot at a 45-degree angle and stretch over, making sure to keep our core tight. We're still keeping our spine tall, we're just leaning to the side. You should feel a stretch in your side body and your adductors. I'm gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna stand up and pivot to face the other side, doing the same progression. So we're gonna start with our lunge forward, hips are facing forward, and we're still tall. Take a deep breath. We're reaching the end of our practice, and we've all worked hard today. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna pivot. Back foot is at 45 degrees. Lean and stretch. Remember to stretch at any intensity that's comfortable for you. Maybe wave hi to your neighbors across the street. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, we are just gonna stand, mountain pose. Our feet are rooted to the ground. Our core is still tight, and we're standing as tall as possible. And we're just gonna close our eyes and take some deep breaths. Try to slow down your heart rate and reconnect with relaxation. I thank you for watching my class today, and you're welcome to stay in mountain pose or even lie down for a few minutes and take time to reflect on your day. But it's been a pleasure stretching and balancing with you, and I hope you keep watching the Adult Fitness channel and stay updated on all of our fun classes.